One of the talking points of the 2021 season has been the off-track drama between Mercedes and Red Bull, especially between their team principals Toto Wolff and Christian Horner. Many feel that things have gone too far, and former F1 drivers turned pundits Jolyon Palmer and Herbert have given their thoughts on this. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, why Toto Wolff and Christian Horner need to grow up. Jolyon Palmer on the Checkered Flag Podcast began by explaining how it was all started by Mercedes' appeal against Red Bull's flexible wings. Mercedes possibly started with the protesting and the drama that goes with it. Mercedes first tried to pick up on Red Bull's flexible rear wing around the Spanish Grand Prix. Before that, the rivalry was intense, but it wasn't spilling over. He then pointed out how Red Bull retaliated. Red Bull responded with some chatter about Mercedes' front wing, but that never really came to anything. Then we had the pit stop clarifications, which was another blow landed by Mercedes. They tried to hold back Red Bull when they were quite strong in that time. He added how none of this is a recent occurrence. In the last few weeks, Red Bull has been trying to deal some blows to Mercedes, but I think it's unfair to say that it's the last race when it's really blown over, and that Mercedes has been up against it. They jabbed as well earlier on in the season. Herbert was much more vocal in his conversation with the Sunday Mirror. In many ways, you want to tell them to grow up. It's like a couple of 8-year-olds arguing in the schoolyard. One points to the other and says, "Look what he's doing." He signed off by suggesting that this will not deter the technical staff from giving their best in the championship battle. From the outside, it looks like the harmony in the team is being disrupted, but the technicians aren't listening to that noise. They'll be working their socks off to find that crucial edge for their drivers. Fast feed. Retired F1 world champion Alain Prost is surprised. He thought Daniel Ricciardo would be much better and faster in the McLaren compared to Lando. It may be that there is a different atmosphere in the team or a different way of setting up the car that suits one driver more than another. That's perfectly normal. Lando Norris feels that it might not be the nicest thing if you're in the middle of a dinner and people come and ask for a picture, but I feel like I can't say no. I feel like they'd hate me and they wouldn't be my fan anymore. I hate saying no, but that's a problem sometimes. Maybe I need to start saying no a bit more often, but I struggle to. Ferrari's Carlos Sainz thinks that having a teammate as Charles as a reference, you know he's maximizing the car every weekend. Having that reference, I kind of know that if I'm a bit ahead during the whole weekend, I know that I must be pretty close to the limit. Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto has stated that they have invested in Leclerc for the long term because they are fully convinced that he will be the man who will become the next world champion. He is really fast, not just over one lap, but his ability to attack and defend in the race without putting a foot wrong is quite exceptional. I still remember the way he defended against Lewis at Monza in 2019 or Verstappen at Silverstone. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has revealed that he told Valtteri that pressure is good and sometimes it can hurt. I think he's been working on it since the beginning of his career because he never had enough resources to compete. That said, would a multi-year contract have been better? Looking back, you can always have a different opinion. I still think he's a great guy and a fast driver, but I also think spending years with Lewis can put a lot of pressure on him. Alfa Romeo's team principal Frederic Vasseur was not very happy with Antonio Giovinazzi's comments on social media. But on the other hand, I can understand that it was quite emotional for him, so we had a discussion. Now he knows perfectly that he has to stay focused on the next 2 events, that it will be important for him, that motorsport is a small world. If he wants to come back in F1, he has to show that the motivation and pace are still there. Has the off-track rivalry between Toto Wolff and Christian Horner gone too far? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.